The Galactic Council chamber was filled with hundreds of different alien species. Each one had come from different corners of the universe. The massive hall floated in space, protected by energy shields that showed the stars outside. Today was special. Earth had finally been invited to join the council after 50 years of waiting. Captain John walked into the room wearing his best uniform. He was humanity's first representative to this great meeting. His boots clicked on the crystal floor as he moved toward his assigned seat. Many aliens turned to look at him. Some had multiple eyes, others had tentacles, and a few looked like living clouds of gas. The Vex delegation sat in the center. They were 8 feet tall with armor-like skin that could stop bullets. Their leader, Commander Kor, stood up when he saw John. The Vex were known as the strongest warriors in the galaxy. They had conquered 100 worlds and never lost a war. So, this is the human, Kor said loudly. His voice sounded like grinding metal. Look at it, fellow members. No claws, no natural armor, skin as soft as plant fiber. They can't even breathe underwater or survive in extreme temperatures without their little suits. Laughter filled the chamber. The Zephrons, who could fly naturally, shook their wings in amusement. The crystalline beings, made of living rock, made sounds like breaking glass, their way of laughing. Even the peaceful Etherians, beings of pure energy, flickered in what seemed like humor. Tell us, human. Another Vex warrior named Brock stepped forward. What makes your species think you deserve a place here? You have no natural weapons. Your planet has normal gravity, not the crushing force that makes real warriors. You need water every few days just to survive. How pathetic. John stood quietly, letting them finish. He had expected this. Humanity's military files had warned him that most alien species saw humans as weak. Earth was classified as a garden world, peaceful and easy, compared to the harsh planets that created the galaxies. Warriors. Ambassador Tech from the Scorrids joined in. The Scorrids had evolved on a planet where acid rain was normal. We've studied your history, human. You fight among yourselves over resources that we consider worthless. You haven't even colonized your entire solar system properly. What could you possibly offer the Galactic Council? More species added their opinions. The Thermans, who lived in temperatures that would melt steel, called humans fragile. The Null Voids, who didn't need any atmosphere at all, mocked humanity's need for oxygen. Each species listed why their evolution made them superior. Your planet doesn't even have proper predators, Kor continued. We've seen your nature documentaries. Your most dangerous land animal is what? A large cat? A bear? These are pets compared to what roams our worlds. The Vex homeworld has creatures that hunt in packs of 50, with venom that can melt through starship hulls. John finally raised his hand. The chamber became quiet. Everyone wanted to hear what excuse this weak human would make. You're right, John said calmly. We don't have acid for blood like the Scorrids. We can't survive in the vacuum of space like the Null Voids. We don't have natural armor or claws. The aliens looked satisfied, thinking the human was admitting defeat. But tell me, John continued, his voice growing stronger, have any of you heard of sharks? Confusion spread through the chamber. The translator systems worked to process this new word. Sharks? Kor asked, what is this sharks you speak of? John smiled slightly. May I have permission to show the Council something from Earth's nature files? The Council moderator, an ancient, being called the Witness, approved with a wave of its ethereal hand. John activated his holographic projector. The room's lights dimmed. Above them appeared Earth's blue oceans. The water looked peaceful, beautiful even. Some aliens made dismissive sounds. Water worlds were considered easy, safe places. Then something moved in the projection. A shadow. Beneath the waves, The water turned red. "Let me tell you about sharks," John began, his voice echoing in the now silent chamber. "And then let's discuss what kind of species evolves to swim with them for fun." The revelation, the holographic projection above the council chamber, showed clear blue water. It looked peaceful, almost inviting. Several alien representatives made. Sounds of dismissal. Water was considered one of the gentlest environments for evolution. Then John zoomed in on the shadow moving beneath the surface. What appeared on the screen made the entire chamber go silent. It was a great white shark, 20 feet long, with rows upon rows of teeth designed for one purpose: killing. The hologram showed it in perfect detail. Its dead black eyes, its massive jaw that could crush bone like paper, its perfectly streamlined body built for hunting. "This is a shark," John said simply. "It has remained unchanged for 450 million years because it doesn't need to evolve. It's already perfect at what it does." The Vex warriors leaned forward. Even through their armor-like skin, John could see their interest. "This creature has 7 senses, including the ability to detect electrical fields from living beings. It can smell a single drop of blood in an Olympic-sized swimming pool. Its bite force is 4,000 pounds per square inch. Those teeth?" John pointed at the projection. "They never stop growing. When one falls out, another replaces it. A shark can go through 30,000 teeth in its lifetime. The scorid's acid-resistant." Skin seemed to pulse with surprise. Ambassador Tech raised one of his forearms. "This exists on your garden world? This peaceful Earth?" "Oh, this is just one species," John said. He changed the projection. "Meet the bull shark. It can swim in both salt and fresh water. It's aggressive, territorial, and has been known to swim up rivers to hunt. Then there's the tiger shark. It eats anything, including metal, tires, and license plates." The projection shifted again. The hammerhead shark with 360-degree vision. The mako shark, which can swim at 45 miles per hour and jump 30 feet out of the water. Each image showed these predators in action, hunting, feeding, moving with deadly grace through the water. Commander Kor's voice had lost its mocking tone. "Your people? They avoid these waters, yes? Surely you've built barriers, weapons to protect yourselves?" John smiled. It wasn't a friendly smile. "No, we swim with them." The chamber erupted in confused voices. The universal translators struggled to keep up with dozens of languages, all expressing disbelief. Silence. The witness commanded. The room obeyed. "Continue, human." John brought up new images. Videos of humans in thin wetsuits, diving into waters where sharks circled. Children learning to surf in areas known for shark activity. Scientists tagging great whites with their bare hands. Photographers getting within inches of tiger sharks to take pictures. "We don't just swim with them," John explained. "We study them, we film them, we protect them when their numbers drop. Some humans dedicate their lives to saving sharks. We put them in our movies as monsters, then jump in the water the next day because the waves look good for surfing." The Thermans, despite living in molten environments, seemed disturbed. Their representative spoke up. "You're saying humans knowingly enter waters containing perfect killing machines for recreation?" "Every year, sharks kill about 10 humans worldwide," John said. "Want to know how many sharks humans kill? 100 million per year." The math hung in the air like a challenge. "But that's not even the interesting part," John continued. He pulled up another video. "This is cage diving. Humans pay money to be lowered in metal cages into water where we've attracted great whites with blood. For fun. The null voids, who prided themselves on needing nothing to survive, transmitted their thoughts directly." "This is insanity." "No," John corrected. "This is humanity. We evolved on a world with creatures that could end us in seconds. So what did we do? We didn't develop armor or claws or acid blood. We developed something far more dangerous. What? Core demanded curiosity and the absolute refusal to stay out of places we shouldn't go. John's expression was serious now. You want to know what makes humans qualified for this council? We're the species that looked at sharks, perfect killing, machines, and thought, I wonder if I can ride one. He paused, letting that sink in. And then we did it. We actually did it. The projection showed a human holding onto a shark's dorsal fin, being pulled through the water. The human was laughing. So yes, John concluded, looking directly at Commander Core. We may seem weak to you, but we're the species that turned apex predators into tourist attractions. What does that make us? The council chamber remained silent after John's question. Commander Core was the first to speak, though his voice had lost its earlier arrogance. These ... sharks. Surely they're your most dangerous predators. An abnormality on your otherwise gentle world. John actually laughed. It was a short, sharp sound that made several aliens step back. Sharks? They're just the beginning. Let me tell you about the ocean itself. The hologram shifted, showing Earth's blue marble from space. The oceans covered most of it. 71% of our planet is water. We've explored more of your space, he gestured to the stars outside, than we have of our own oceans. Want to know why? He didn't wait for an answer. The projection dove beneath the waves, deeper and deeper, until the sunlight disappeared completely. At the deepest points, the pressure is equal to having 50 jumbo jets stacked on top of you. The temperature is near freezing. There's no light, no mercy, and things live down there that we're still discovering. A new creature appeared in the projection, the giant squid, 40 feet long with eyes the size of dinner plates. This fights sperm whales in battles we rarely see. Both creatures dive to depths that would crush most of your ships. The crystalline beings, made of living rock, vibrated with interest. Their speaker transmitted, "Your people avoid these depths, surely." James Cameron, one of our filmmakers, built a submarine and went to the bottom of the Mariana Trench, the deepest point on Earth, solo, for fun. John brought up the image. He wanted to see what was down there. Next came the box jellyfish. This little beauty has enough venom to kill 60 adult humans. It's transparent, nearly invisible in water. Its sting is so painful that victims have been known to go into shock and drown before the venom even kills them. The Vex warriors were taking notes now. All mockery had vanished from their expressions. The blue-ringed octopus, John continued, size of a golf ball, cute even, carries enough venom to kill 26 adults in minutes. There's no antidote. It can bite you, and you won't even feel it until you stop breathing. Image after image appeared. The stone fish, perfectly camouflaged and deadly venomous. The sea snake, with venom more toxic than any land snake. The orca, which hunts great whites for sport and has never killed a human in the wild because it chooses not to. But here's my favorite, John said. A new video played. It showed massive waves, towering walls of water during a storm. The ocean itself tries to kill us. Rogue waves can appear from nowhere, 100 feet tall. Hurricanes born from warm water can level entire cities. Tsunamis can wipe out coastlines. He paused the video on an image of a small boat facing a wave that defied comprehension. And what do humans do? We sail out into storms. We surf waves that could crush us in seconds. We build cities right on the coastline and rebuild them when the ocean destroys them. Ambassador Tech's voice was quiet. You're describing a hell world. No, John said firmly. I'm describing Tuesday on Earth. This is normal for us. We take our children to beaches. We eat the deadliest creatures as delicacies. Yes, we eat sharks, jellyfish, even the poisonous pufferfish, because it tastes good if you prepare it right. The Etherians pulsed with disbelief. You consume poison for flavor? In Japan, chefs train for years to properly prepare pufferfish. One wrong cut and the customer dies. It's expensive and people line up for it. John shrugged. We also jump off cliffs into water for fun. We call it cliff diving. Sometimes the tide is wrong and people die. We still do it. Brock, the second, Vex warrior, finally spoke. You're insane. Your entire species is insane. Maybe, John agreed. But let me ask you something. The Vex conquered 100 worlds, right? All of them had harsh conditions that created strong warriors. But did any of them have something like Earth's oceans? A place where everything from the tiniest creature to the environment itself is trying to kill you, and yet life thrives? No one answered. We didn't develop natural weapons because we didn't need them, John explained. We developed something better, the ability to adapt to anything. We swim with sharks, we eat poison for fun, and we dive to places where the pressure should kill us. Not because we have to, but because we're curious about what's down there. Asterisk Commander Core tried to regain control of the discussion. Perhaps your oceans are dangerous, but surely your land is the garden paradise we've heard about. That's where your weakness must come from. John's smile turned predatory. Would you like to hear about Australia? Several council members shifted uneasily. They'd never heard that word before. The hologram changed to show a large island continent. It looked peaceful enough from space. Red deserts, green coasts, normal clouds. Nothing obviously threatening. This is Australia, John began. A place where humans decided to live despite everything trying to kill them. Let's start with the spiders. The projection zoomed in on a spider the size of a dinner plate. Several insectoid species in the council made sounds of alarm. The Sydney funnel web spider. Its fangs can pierce fingernails and shoe leather. Its venom can kill a human in 15 minutes. When threatened, it doesn't run. It rears up and attacks. They sometimes fall into swimming pools and can survive underwater for 24 hours, waiting. The image changed. The redback spider likes to hide in toilet seats. Yes, toilet seats. Imagine your most vulnerable moment, and there's something that can kill you hiding there. Even the warrior races look disturbed now. But spiders are nothing compared to this, John continued. A massive reptile appeared on screen. The saltwater crocodile. 20 feet long, bite force of 3,700 pounds per square inch. It's been around since the dinosaurs. It can stay underwater for 7 hours, run faster than you'd expect, and has been known to hunt humans who get too close to water. Surely you're. People eliminated these threats, the witness interjected. We turned them into tourist attractions, John replied. People pay to hold baby crocodiles and take pictures. We have a man who became famous for wrestling them on television. He did. It until one of Earth's least dangerous animals, a stingray, killed him. We named a ship after him. The hologram shifted to show snakes. 20 of the 25 most venomous snakes on Earth live in Australia. The inland taipan has enough venom in one bite to kill 100 adult humans. The eastern brown snake is aggressive and lives in populated areas. It's responsible for most snakebite deaths because it lives where humans live. Then why live there? The Thermans asked. Because the beaches are nice, John said simply. That's it. Humans looked at a continent where everything could kill them and thought, but the weather's good. He brought up more examples. The cassowary, a bird that's basically a modern velociraptor, 6 feet tall with a claw that can disembowel you. The drop bear. Well, that's just a joke we tell tourists, but the fact that people believe it says something. Don't forget the tiny killers, John added. The screen showed a small octopus again, but in shallow water this time. Blue-ringed octopus lives in tide pools where children play. The irukandji jellyfish is the size of a fingernail, but can cause enough pain to make victims beg for death. We have a condition called irukandji syndrome, because it happens so often. The council was completely silent now. But here's the best part, John said. Australians turned being surrounded by death into a point of pride. They have a saying, "She be right." It means everything will be fine, and they say it about everything. Deadly spider in the house? She be right. Shark alarm at the beach? She be right, mate. He pulled up videos of Australians casually dealing with deadly animals. A man removing a snake from his toilet with his bare hands. Children having swimming lessons in pools with snake warning signs. A woman calmly filming a huntsman spider the size of her hand on her car visor. Wow. Driving. This isn't courage, the null void representative transmitted. This is madness. One person's madness is another's Tuesday, John replied. But let me tell you about the rest of Earth. We have humans living in Death Valley where temperatures reach 134 degrees Fahrenheit. We have people in Siberia where it hits -90. We built cities on fault lines that regularly destroy them with earthquakes. We live next to volcanoes because the soil is good for farming. He looked around the room. Every part of Earth tries to kill us in different ways. Tornadoes, hurricanes, floods, droughts, wildfires, avalanches, diseases. And we don't just survive, we thrive. We seek out danger for entertainment. You asked what makes humans worthy of this council. John's voice carried to every corner of the chamber. We're the species that looked at a death world and called it home. The silence in the chamber was deafening. Finally, Commander Kor spoke, his voice careful and measured. If what you say is true, if Earth is indeed this dangerous, then how are humans considered weak? Why does every galactic database list your species as harmless? John's expression grew serious. Because we chose to be seen that way. Let me tell you the real difference between humans and every other species here. He shut off the holograms. The chamber returned to its normal lighting. John stood in the center, looking small compared to the massive aliens around him. But somehow, he didn't seem weak anymore. Every species here evolved to survive their specific environment. The Vex developed armor because their predators had claws. The Scorids developed acid resistance because of their rain. The Thermans adapted to heat because of their world's temperature. Each of you developed one or two major adaptations to handle your specific threats. John walked slowly around the chamber as he spoke. Humans? We didn't get any of that. No armor, no acid blood, no natural weapons. So we developed something else, intelligence and cooperation at a level that made physical adaptations obsolete. That's not unique, Kor interrupted. Many species here are intelligent. Intelligence isn't unique, John agreed. But what we did with it is, we looked at sharks and built submarines to study them. We looked at birds and built planes to fly higher. We looked at space and built rockets to explore it. Every danger on our planet became something to understand, to overcome, to master. He pulled up a new image, Earth from space, surrounded by satellites. We took a death world and made it serve us. Those sharks I showed you? We study their skin to make better swimsuits, their immune systems to fight disease. The venom from those deadly creatures, we turn it into medicine. The hurricanes that destroy our cities, we learn to predict them, to track them from space. But more importantly, John continued, we learn to work together. A single human is weak. You're right about that. But humans don't work alone. We're pack hunters who learn to coordinate millions of individuals. We share knowledge instantly across our entire planet. When one human learns something, all humans can learn it. The Etherians pulsed with interest. You speak of collective consciousness? No, something better. Individual consciousness, working in voluntary cooperation. We choose to work together, which makes us unpredictable. We can be peaceful farmers one moment and devastating warriors the next, all by choice. John brought up images of human history. Wars, yes, but also massive cooperative efforts. The International Space Station, the Internet, global disaster relief efforts. Here's what really makes us dangerous, John said. We're the only species that actively seeks out danger to test ourselves. Every other species evolved to avoid threats. Humans evolved to be curious about them. We see a mountain and climb it. We see an ocean and cross it. We see space and explore it. And when we meet something that can kill us, he paused for effect. We figure out how to kill it first, or make friends with it. Sometimes both. We domesticated wolves, turning predators into companions. We rode horses, turning prey animals into partners. We took everything trying to kill us and either eliminated it or made it useful. Commander Kor stood up slowly. You're saying humans are ... the apex predator of a world full of apex predators, John finished. We just hide it well. We look harmless because it's useful to be underestimated. We act peaceful because we know exactly how dangerous we can be when we're not. He looked directly at each council member. You want to know humanity's greatest strength? We survived on a world where everything tried to kill us, and we became so good at it that we got bored. So we started doing it for fun. We jump out of planes with parachutes. We climb mountains without oxygen. We dive to the ocean floor in metal tubes. We strap ourselves to rockets and leave the planet entirely. That's not weakness, John said firmly. That's the confidence of a species that has already won the survival game and is now just playing with the difficulty settings. The witness spoke for the first time in an hour. What does humanity want from the Galactic Council? John smiled, and this time it was genuine. To explore, to learn, to meet new challenges. We've conquered one death world. We're curious about what else is out there. And maybe, just maybe, to find something that can finally give us a real challenge. Because if there's one thing humans love, he concluded, it's proving that impossible is just another word for interesting. The council voted unanimously to admit Earth, not out of respect, but out of caution. Better to have the Deathworlders as allies than enemies. Asterisk.